Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Indiana, and this is my launch into the LifeWave business and a really powerful movement. I am so grateful that I have kind of found this new journey, and I'm on the path I'm on. It was a real life-changing experience for me, despite being like really skeptical to begin with. The gorgeous Amanda, who's on with us tonight, kind of mentioned it, slowly introduced it while I was very respectfully, don't think it's my thing, but and gave me a month's worth and just said, put this band-aid on your baby. He was it was a challenging year. He had multiple kind of unanswered questions with his health. There was a lump in his neck. It was pressing on the airway. And it was a place of fear for me, purely because we had no light at the end of the tunnel. He was due to get surgery with no answers and no hope or guarantee that anything would change or anything would get better. And Amanda walked in and said, put the Band-Aid on him. And I was kind of like, no. But of course we did. And it was truly life-changing. Within the 3 weeks of him wearing lumpy Band-Aid, as we like to call it, the lump had decreased by about 3/4. He had symptomatic red rashes on his face. He had really patchy, thin, non-existent hair. And within the 3 weeks, the lump had decreased, the rashes were gone after about a month. And within the 6 weeks, he had a haircut and he has this gorgeous, beautiful mullet. And it was a real life changer for me, placebo or not, thank goodness it worked. And it really led me down that road of investigation. For me, it was kind of like I have this incredible existing clientele that I couldn't be any more grateful for, that I've said we're in 9 years now of business, of Gravity, and it was never about like, hi mom.
Hi everybody. Sorry, I just walked in the door.
I'm just saying, with Gravity, it was never that thing of I've got the best job in the world, because I get to work with so many people who genuinely feel better when they walk out of here, right? It's actually about the community. I can talk, all day long, but the community that we meet and the connections that we create, these people are vulnerable, and it's an honor and a gift. And this technology, I knew could change the lives of so many that we already knew. And it has. But what it opened up even more was this really beautiful business opportunity. And I have the pleasure of, partnering up with my gorgeous mum and Amanda, who is just a goddess. She's such a guru and got such a generous soul. So we're really lucky. And what we envision and what we plan to create with Nessa and Andrew, and what we've got going on, our team and our community, is going to be really powerful and really exciting. Really exciting. So, for me, it's about giving back to our people, putting that power back into our people. We get so little choices these days. We're so limited to our decisions and things like that. But having the ability, the true ability that's passionate and working with a product that is working with our bodies is really special. So I'm just so honored to be here. And Vanessa and Andrew, you guys have created such an awesome platform for us to be able to get the ball rolling and going really smoothly. And it's a really exciting time. So thank you for everyone to be here. Thank you for hosting, you guys. Thank you to Amanda. Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome. You're nailing it, Indian. Yeah, thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Vanessa and partner Andrew. Thank you so much. Sorry, I just did a 12-hour day, so I'm absolutely knackered. You're awesome. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're so glad to have met you in person, and that's the real gift. And we're going to move into a presentation. But honestly, as we launch you, Indiana, this is the joy of our leadership role here in Australia and beyond, is to just launch people into their own ability for more impact than what you're already doing, because what you do is significant. And we know that you don't take it lightly to also introduce your clientele to this. And you wouldn't just do it to anything or any product, you know, like there's a million things that people probably want to come to you for and say, will you endorse and will you partner with us and all the rest of it. But the fact that you've chosen to partner with LifeWave is an incredible opportunity and also an honor for us. And to have met you is amazing. To have known Amanda for 20 years and then to have her introduce you to us has been amazing. So we're just going to show you a brief presentation. Pretty much this is how this product is being shared around the world, truly around the world, is when someone rings someone and just says, hey, did you know about? And so that's what happened for us. We moved back from 9 years overseas and we came back and Andrew's best mate said, well, obviously you've been in the wellness space for a while. Have you heard of the X39? And we said, no, we hadn't. And
not at all.
He said, have you heard of a patch? And the patch looks like it's like exactly like what Indiana said. It's like a little Band-Aid. And what does your son call it? I love it. What does your son call it?
Band-Aid.
Oh, a lumpy Band-Aid. That's right.
You've got to get the pout going. It's all the sass. It's the, it's lumpy Band-Aid.
So this is what we're talking about. But his mate called and said, hey, have you heard of this patch? And what did you say? You were like,
no, I've never heard of this patch. I said, hey, mate, I haven't smoked for 30 plus years. What are you talking about?
Nicotine patch.
And I'm like, what do I need a patch for? And he goes, honestly, just do this presentation. He goes, my energy, he's 10 years older than me, so he's turning 60 this year. He goes, my energy has gone through the roof, which I needed. He goes, my hair's growing back. That was a miracle. And the color of his hair was growing back. And I saw him like only a month later. This was a year and a half ago, just under a year and a half ago. And it was true. So, but before I even saw all the evidence, I'm like, hey, he's my best friend, 25 years. I trust him. I'm always open to an opportunity. I'm not scared. I like people offering opportunities to us. We have multiple businesses. We love creating things and being a part of things. And so I said, oh, I'll listen to a presentation. And I'm so glad we did, because that was just over a year, 16 months ago now.
So many of you will see this recording later as you've met Indy or she shared with you somewhere, and she is going to show you a presentation like this. So we're just going to turn to this presentation itself and just have a little quick look at what this technology is and also what it really does in our bodies. So this is a question people ask all over the world, and trust me, we live here on the Gold Coast. As soon as we introduced it in this part of the world, it's like people tell people, and everywhere we go now, you'll see people with this patch on them somewhere. So the question is often, have you been patched? But here's why we need the activation patch.
Well, the fewer stem cells that you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. And I understood that, but I didn't really know why. And that's because when you hit 30, which I never knew, half of your stem cells have begun to slow down and go to sleep. And it's the stem cells that bring the healing into our bodies and slow down the aging process. And so at age of 60, you've almost lost all of your stem cell activity. They've gone dormant, they've gone to sleep. And that's why this patch is so important.
So what happens with the X39 on your body is it's a form of light therapy. So we can use bigger words, phototherapy, photobiomodulation, but basically our own body emits heat and light. And when this patch is on you, it's your own body's heat and light that is bouncing off this patch and then mirroring back a frequency and a message, a light frequency that is actually telling your copper peptide to elevate, and the research shows that's what's switching on dormant stem cells. So the brilliant thing about this technology is there's no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants.
Amazing.
It's not going through your blood or your skin barrier. It's non-invasive. We know so many people that have had so much stem cell technology and treatment and injections, and it's so expensive. but this is using light to actually elevate a particular peptide because that's what the message says from this frequency. So these little small nanocrystal technology, all that means is the most minute size of crystals and aminos are basically formulating literally just like a frequency that's being bounced off, the same way you'd go out to the sun and the sun would tell your body to elevate vitamin D. The sun's not holding vitamin D, but your body elevates in that frequency and that message.
That's right. So the benefits of X39 are increased strength, mental clarity, and we're hearing that so like one after the other of people that have started patching. Reduced inflammation. I didn't realize that a lot of the diseases and issues that we have is because of inflammation in our body. Well, this helps reduce inflammation. Restored muscle skeletal condition. We put that on one of my daughters who had a challenge with that, and she's never been better. Increased stamina, improvement of sleep. Again, I didn't know that all of our healing really comes from when we sleep. I haven't slept well for 15, 20 years. When I first started patching, I was on a sleep apnea machine. I'd been on it for 18 months. Within 3 months, my body intuitively, spoke to me. It was like, take the mask off. You don't need it anymore. So I took it off that night and I've never looked back. I slept through the night. I had energy the next day. I mean, I was the guy that was by 3 o'clock needing a nana nap, always tired, and really struggled with getting great sleep. Well, that's totally changed for me. Energy and vitality, honestly, for the price of less than a coffee a day, which is what this costs, just for the energy, I'd be doing this, and improved skin appearance, which obviously is helpful for everybody. So I love this, achieving optimal health. That's what this is all about. It's a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. And even on that, I remember one of our brand partners saying that she had some challenges with just social challenges with COVID and everything, started patching, and within 3 months or less, she was out and about, back into the community, meeting people again. She's like, I got my life back. And so even hearing stories like that, so powerful. But we do want to say that these patches, LifeWave products, are not intended to diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But we have thousands upon thousands of stories and testimonies of how it's changing people's health and life.
Here's a map of a woman's brain. She's 77, and all that red and inflammation just means there's so lack of brain coherence where the left and right is communicating with each other. Session 2, it's starting to see that beautiful movement of light blue. And then by session 3, 6 weeks later, friends, is so much of a turnaround when it comes to brain clarity and coherence. Now, 77-year-old women aren't the only ones to experience this kind of inflammatory response in your body and brain. We're seeing it in young ones. We're seeing it in mature ones. And, young, it can look like some of those neurodivergent challenges. Middle of your life or young adults, it can look like those mental health. There's so much just of that brain fog. And then later in life, that can look like Parkinson's and so many other challenges that happen for people as well. So when you can get rid of brain inflammation with a simple patch every day, our daughter, she had 3 brain injuries from multiple concussions living in Canada, slipping on the ice. And by the 3rd one, we just thought we'd lost our daughter. She was like a different person. Within truly 6 weeks of this product being on her during the day, it's like we got our daughter back. There was a stability, there was an ability to regulate her emotions, and we truly just got our daughter back, really, we believe, from the dark.
So what are the long-term effects of X39? Firstly, you can do a deep dive into the website thisisit.info.com. This is it, info.com, where it has studies, it has clinical trials, it has doctors and practitioners all talking about this technology, and it's incredibly transparent, which is what we love about this. But what I didn't know is in the first few days when you start patching, 4,000 genes begin to reset. I personally didn't even know we had 4,000 genes. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced, and again, this is what we're hearing time and time again from people. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. You put up your hand if you could do with a little bit more collagen. Okay, we're not talking just about around the face, though. We're talking about around your organs, your vital organs, which have collagen all around it. That's really important. And then within 6 months, they did a clinical study of a whole bunch of people, and the average heart reversal age in 6 months was 8 years. 8 years.
Huge.
So I love this from the CEO and an inventor. He says, this is not anti-aging. This is age reversing. Again, who'd like a little bit of age reversing happening in their life? I know I would. So that's what this is all about.
It's so simple to wear. Andrew always says,
Made for men.
Made for men.
Simple.
It's like, forget the green pill, the blue pill, the there's lots that you can actually
Supplements
go
were not made for men, let's be honest. This was made for men. Take the little sticker off, put on the back of your neck or under your belly button, like the diagram says, 12 hours on, 12 hours off, throw it away, repeat, do it the next day. Drink lots of water, activate it with a good Celtic sea salt or an electrolyte, and that's it. That's pretty much all I do. It's brilliant.
So listen, where you see the diagrams, it's the two most central meridian points in your body, obviously. But if you get near someone with a patch and you have a pain in your body, you just put it straight on that pain. I have a friend on who's supporting Indy's launch, and we patched her, nearly a year ago. And I said, "Where's your pain?" And she said, "Gluteal bursitis. I haven't been for a year." And I said, "Well, that pain in your butt, I'm not putting the patch on that, but go to the bathroom." She put the patch on. I really didn't know her well, so she came back out 20 minutes later. She goes up to Andrew nearly weeping, and she sits up and down, and people are around her are cheering her on.
And just quickly, I didn't even really know this woman at the time, so I'm like, who's this crazy woman sitting up and down on my chair going, "Andrew, look at me." I'm like, yeah, I'm looking, but I have no idea what is happening right now.
So
then I heard the story.
Her pain just left her body, and that pain has never come back to Sue's body. And so there can be one day what we call one patch wonders.
Yeah, brilliant.
But this is regenerative. So for a lot of people, this will be minimum 90 days for your body to just get an uptake. And then it will be 1 month per decade of your life that this patch technology will really optimize your stem cells and then become like an army. Once they're even there, they'll become like an army, and then they'll go to work on the deeper healing.
It's regenerative and it's preventative. So like if you have an insurance policy like we do and other things, for us, this is regenerating my stem cells, but it's also preventing things. It's like an insurance policy for like $6 a day. It is unbelievable what this does.
So we're going to ask our amazing friend who we have known for like over 20 years. And again, this is how this business works. And so you talk to people you know, you love, strangers.
That's right.
So Amanda lent really curiously in. And so we're going to introduce Amanda, and she can share a few stories and really validate what this has been as a technology in her practice as well.
Yeah. So for me, my name is Amanda. I'm a functional nutritionist, and I found out about these little patches probably about 18 months ago. And it was starting to kind of be a bit of a buzz craze in the health and wellness space, the functional health and wellness space that I was in. And so I'd seen it. I'd seen people talking about it. And I thought, what on earth is a little Band-Aid going to do? Like, it's this tiny little patch. And given all the other tools and the supplements and all the things I know how to do, what is a little patch going to do? And I kind of brushed it to the side. And then I saw Vanessa sharing about it online, and I kind of lent in a little bit, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take this seriously and I'm going to investigate it. And when I found out that there was like 80 clinical trials, it was patented, there were thousands and thousands of testimonies, and I was just looking at what it was doing for people. And I was like, oh my gosh, anyone who's been involved in the functional health world knows that all the testing, all the supplements, all the protocols, it's expensive, and I don't want people to be dependent on me for forever. I really want to give power back to people and teach them to believe in their bodies again, and just work with your body's innate ability to heal. And so looking at this, I was like, wow, this really fits in with just my philosophy on empowering people to take control of their health again, and really taking control of their health back from the government and big pharma and everyone else who really don't always have our best interests at heart. And so I lent in, got involved, and started to share with people like the beautiful Indy and Kelly and everyone else that has been involved. And, just the stories that I get to wake up and hear every day are amazing. And for me personally, obviously know how to do all the things, and I can eat well and exercise and take care of my body, and hopefully I can do that if I'm teaching other people to do it. But I have an underlying overactive immune disorder. And one thing for me that I had never really been able to get under control or improve with anything that I'd done was my body's adaptiveness or responsiveness, resilience to stress. And so I have an Aura ring I've been wearing on for several years. I've got a lot of data in terms of how I sleep, how I recover, how my body handles different stress. And all I did was patch. And within 3 months, my cardiovascular age had come down about 3 years. So that's the age of my heart, I guess, compared to my body. My sleep is off the charts in terms of my recovery, being able to factor in another workout in the gym every week and still be able to recover. But one of the biggest metrics that I measure is something called heart rate variability. And that's something that measures, I guess, the body's, the length of time in between heartbeats. And that is a measure of your body's ability to recover and to handle stress. And so I went from being kind of in the second to lowest response rate up to exceptional, and did nothing else but put a patch on. So I know that my body has now got the resources to be healing and to be just, performing at its optimal level, which is something that nothing else had done for me in 20 years of trying a million different protocols and supplements and processes, and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this little patch has not only helped me, it's helping my clients, it's helping people with hormonal issues, it's helping people with blood sugar challenges, it's helping people with all sorts of different health challenges. And yeah, I just really love the opportunity to say, look, hey, put this little patch on. Don't know exactly what it's going to do for you, but it is going to go to work in your body from the day you put it on. And the sooner you get started, the sooner you're going to see results.
Amazing. Thanks so much for sharing. So good. Any other story before we move on?
I think it's one of those things, like, not only is it like for our community of those people who are on the journey or doing the work or on the path or whatever, like anyone who's like healthy and well. After Kalani, I was like, okay, well, if it's going to be something I want to offer to my community, my friends, my family, whatever, I'm going to do it. I'm not a symptomatic person. Like, what could it do for me? And Mum will very disturbingly tell you that I have slept through a couple of alarms recently. I've never slept through an alarm before in my whole life. Mum's like,
Yeah.
I've slept through my alarms.
But yeah, we also have enormous respect for Amanda, and also the knowledge she's brought for us recently has been absolutely life-changing. And so, that's why for us, we completely trust the process. And then introducing obviously to you guys, it's been such a blessing. So thank you so much.
So yeah, like it is one of those products where it's like, you don't have to be unwell, or like don't wait until there's something wrong. I'm not going to try to say that word again, regenerative. It is completely something that doesn't have to be. Like, you don't have to be unwell, you don't have to have a problem. Like, don't wait for the problem to come. Not prevent it, but keep it at arm's length, or kind of reduce the severity of it, because it's incredible. Alongside like what we do here and Amanda's work and stuff like that, we've seen people who haven't been able to have gluten for 20 years, they're eating gluten, and they're having dairy. There's so much life to live, and live well, right? Like, there's doctors and there's scientists and there's studies and all these things done around this product, of course, but it's not to say like, they don't want it to be a medical product. It's for our health and our well-being. So it's
the thing
with that healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, I just want to say that I've been wearing the patches probably close to 3 months now, and I haven't noticed a difference. My sleep's a little bit better, but I don't have any health issues. But for me, I want to create my body where it's actually working with my stem cells. So as I age, I'm healthy, So I think it's a
little like slight notices, maybe.
Oh yeah, one day. Oh no, it's actually not one day. It's been about when I put the patch on, my heart actually makes a funny thing. So something's definitely going on with my heart, but it's not a bad thing because I test myself.
Healing is going on with you.
Yeah, it feels like something's healing.
Totally. What's happening on the inside as well? People are getting blood tests now and seeing results of getting better with their blood tests. So we're seeing
what about cholesterol?
Different people.
Cholesterol?
Yeah, huge results. So, and that's the thing. I love that there's those different stories, and we'll just move on to the final few slides. But we do love to highlight, this is perfect, that you may not feel what's happening because you don't always feel your body healing. Actually, after chronic illness, you don't even orient towards wellness necessarily naturally very
Yeah.
quickly. And so we just want to encourage people, like, it's not about what you feel with this result, it's about what's happening on the inside. And so do get blood tests every 3 months if you can, and do go back to your doctor after a few months, because you'll probably be going, the amount of people that are going off medication
It's wild.
because of the results is actually incredible. So let's just show
Absolutely.
you again just the last bit around the business and just the inventor himself, and I'll turn back to my screen for that. So thanks for sharing though, girls. That was amazing. So
Brilliant.
all right, so this is the website Andrew just referenced. It's got a whole page on what's light therapy, why regenerative science, and then a whole page on all the tests and case studies, and then hundreds of these testimonies. Right now on this website, testimonies are online out of the USA, and our big, huge team coming out of the USA. But Australia every week, and New Zealand, they story tell on Monday nights and Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights. And so this is in over 80 countries. So you can see so many testimonies on a few different groups as well that Indy can show you. But here's the hero of the story. This is David Schmidt.
So this is David Schmidt, is the CEO and the inventor of X39. And what I love about that is usually there's a CEO and then there's the inventor, and the CEO comes up with the idea, gets the inventor to do it, or finds an inventor to sort of endorse it, or vice versa. But this guy's both. So it's his business, it's a private business, and we love that. He has over now 200 patents. So this guy doesn't muck around. He's a smart guy. He's probably one of the smartest people, if not the smartest people I've ever met. He's a scientist and an inventor, and he's really well known for age reversing, specializing in that. So that's what this is all connected to. In 2008, David Schmidt focused on stem cell research, and we're hearing a lot about stem cells these days. And so he took 10 years. So what I love about him, he didn't just smack it together, slap it together and throw it out there and try to make a buck. He took 10 years and $4.5 million to bring this to market. He's a perfectionist, and that's why we're seeing such incredible results, because he took the time to perfect this to be able to really work with our body and our cells. It's also patented, which we love, because for two reasons. One, when you buy this, you're buying it from the source. It's not going through other places that you don't know about and other distributors. It's going straight from the one place. And so also what it means is we're the only ones that have this. So even from a business perspective, which many of us are building, like Indiana and Amanda and others, is building another income stream, which who knows, we all need multiple income streams. And these days we can't rely on the one anymore. No one else has this, which means we have no competition. And we're the only ones that have this for 20 years, and we're about 4 years into it. So we've got lots of time. And the patent actually says, so if they go, okay, stem cells, how's that connected to this? It's the patent actually says it's a result of elevating copper peptides, including activation of stem cells. So it's right in the patent, improvement in energy, and elevation of antioxidants. So it's right there in the patent that this speaks to your copper peptides, that then activates your stem cells to start working to your body that you need. And again, this isn't just for sick people, although absolutely it is. This is for healthy people.
Yeah.
We have athletes,
Elite
we have
athletes.
elite athletes, people in the health industry. We have personal trainers, on our team that are doing this, and they're getting better results without having to do all the other stuff that many people are doing. So it's incredible. What I also love about this is this company is a 20-year-old company. So this wasn't started yesterday, like sometimes we see with some of these things around, and they blow up 3 years later. This is like a 20-year startup. I had a whole bunch of other products which we use and are amazing, that are great support patches to the X39, but the X39 is the superstar patch. And since he brought this to market, it went from a $20 million revenue company in 1 year in 2022 to $320 million. Now, I own a couple of businesses. I can't imagine having 300 million added to my bottom line in 1 year. So that he had to do a lot of making things happen fast. This company He's in over 80 countries. So we have teams now within our greater team in over 20 plus countries of people, 25 or 30 countries now, reaching people. So if your friend is, or your friends are in one of those 80 countries, we can get this to them. And it's not a Me Too product. It's not like you have your oils and I have my oils and you have your supplements and I have my supplements or skincare. And we love all that stuff, but no one else has this. So there is no competition. No one else can get this but through your brand partner, which is Indiana.
And the vision we have and the inventor himself has is that 1 billion homes would afford this technology so they can take back sovereignty of their health and also, again, create another stream of wealth to see sovereignty happen in families and households. And so this is a huge mission. And really, again, he chose the direct selling space. He surprised himself, but he said, saw this patch spread literally from the military to elite athletes to the Olympics and all the way through to so many networks and circles that he said, I don't think it can go anywhere faster than networking. So the direct selling model allows you the chance to not only have an incredible product that will absolutely change your health, but it will also give you the ability to dream or help someone else you know dream about some financial freedom, as this is the fastest growing company in the world right now in this space. So what we believe is that this awakens the dreamer within you. So what do you need to start dreaming bigger about? What feels most important to you and what don't you have the ability to do right now? This isn't the only tool in the world, but this is literally changing lives all around us, left, right, and center. And so we just want to say, think right now, what's important? Who's important? What matters? Do you need a little bit more time freedom because that second job you're doing to make ends meet means that if you could get rid of one of those jobs because you just naturally partner with something that you're already actually choosing to share out, that's amazing. But what if you need to take back your health first? And we always say, if it's your health, you just take care of yourself. But if it's something else, like a big opportunity that you've been actually believing or praying or really hoping for, then this could just be it for you as you partner with us. And we help you share with those you love and those you haven't even met yet, that you'll meet on the street and you'll hear their stories and you'll go, I might just have a solution for you, like we do all around the world. So the way to basically get this product paid for, which is the first step, and we love the direct selling model for this, is for people. This little triangle right here is not a pyramid, friends. This is not a pyramid scheme. This is truly just a model of professional binary direct selling, which means everything we do and everything is happening in Australia in our teams, the benefit of that flows down to you as what we call business volume. So
it's working as a team.
It's working as a team. So you'll have a left team and a right team, and one of those teams will be connected to all of us. And what that means is that if you just say, I'm going to lean in a little bit, share with a few people I love, when you've found 4 people to partner with you in this business, on this mission with us, then when 4 people partner with you, basically your costs become cost neutral every month.
That's right.
And then from there, it just grows and grows, where people we know and love are.
Sorry, can I just quickly say, those people, though, those 4 people, they don't have to want to build a business. They can just use it for personal use and just personal patching for health. This doesn't have to be that for you, but for people, you may as well get your patches covered for yourself, right? It covers your costs. That in itself is just, worth sharing with those 4 people.
Absolutely. And the thing is, when you start getting results and you're seeing results with the people around you, you're going to want to share this. You're going to want to tell other people about it. And that's what I love about this. And the why he also went direct selling model is to keep the cost down. If this was in the hands of big pharma or in the corporate's hands or, someone else's, this would be 10, 20, 30x the price of what it actually costs. So that's why his whole heart was to get this to 1 billion homes where people can get off the prescriptions and all of those other things, and for $6 a day, start seeing their own bodies heal.
Yeah, exactly. So we love it. That was literally the heart of choosing direct selling. Then what's happened, because it grew so fast, is people are literally starting to you know, we've had as many stories and personally as much impact around just the financial flow, another stream, as we have around the health breakthroughs. So amazing opportunities here. And then you just get this lovely, again, bonuses when other people may or may not choose to share, but they might know someone that actually is looking for an opportunity.
Yeah, it's creating that residual income in your life, which only 1% of the world actually have. And so we're coaches as well, and we encourage everyone to have at least one direct selling business in their portfolio, because there's a product that's helping people, but also they're making money at night while the lights are out, while they're sleeping, while you know, they're not having to work in those hourly rates, to be able to either help with margin or create that magic money that changes people's lives. And so the other way, the compensation with this is when you sponsor someone and they sponsor someone and they sponsor someone, you're also benefiting on top of, doesn't come from them, it actually comes from the company, and they the same. So when they sponsor, so it's an incredibly generous compensation plan.
Yeah, it's been wonderful to witness people. So here is the really simple way that you will patch, and you will get your product, and then you again absolutely can kickstart that wholesale discount here. So this is what it looks like in a bigger screen.
For less than a price of a flat white. I live in Mean Beach, and I went to buy a flat white yesterday or the other day, and it was $7 for a coffee. And they reckon it's going to keep going up. So this is cheaper than a coffee, let alone a glass of wine or a beer or something else. So again, it's regenerative and it's also preventative. So for $6 a day, honestly, it's an incredible product. So there are 3 packages: the core, the advanced, and the premium. Vanessa, why don't you talk to us about those 3?
So core will be for you as an individual willing to commit to the 90 days, because 90 days is the minimum to start to see those results. 97% of people will see a result at 90 days. So the product starts at wholesale price. So it's about $99 US. It's in US dollars, so we've translated it approximately because it's in 80 countries in that US dollar all over the world. That's for the individual. If you're a couple or you have 1 or 2 people that you also want to be patching, the advanced is amazing because it's 6 packages. So it comes with 30 in each package, so 1 a day. It's 6 of those, and it reduces the price down to $87 instead of 99 US. That's a great, advanced is a great one, enough to share with others if you want to start doing that. And for just under $1,000, it also really activates the opportunity to run this like a business or a side hustle, or just cover your own
Unlocks
costs.
the whole compensation plan. It's actually around $94 or so at that price, but the premium is the $87.50. And this one is 20 of those sleeves. So for a big family or for someone like us that decided, hey, I want to create another income with this, I could see the potential of it being patented. It was changing people's lives. My auntie, who lost her taste and smell for 7 years, used to own restaurants and so on, started to get her taste and smell back after just being a month on this. Like, I saw the potential. And so we jumped right into premium because we knew, like Indiana and Amanda, that as we start to share this, people are going to want it. And when you make a decision to want this, to start patching, you want it now. But many times it can take maybe up to a week for Australia Post to deliver. So by having that extra stock, those extra sleeves, when you purchase from your brand partner, they in general, many times have extra sleeves so that they can give you a month's worth straight away to get you start patching. And then when yours comes in, you just give that 1 month back. So that's a great one for those with large families or are looking to get this out there and build another income. And with that, you won't need to auto ship for 3 months, whereas the other ones, you'll start to auto ship a month later. But just like when you go to the chemist and you get your pills at times we've had to have, you always get that second or third backup so that you can go back and get the next month because you don't want to run out. That's what that's all about, making sure you don't run out so you consistently patch and keep moving with this incredible technology.
So you're never paying this amount again. You'll just go for one product a month just to stay what we just call active. And the girls will just tell you about what could be an amazing support patch just to fast track some of those challenges that you might have. So there's so much detail that Indy will be able to share just around the ways to purchase this, how you want to get yourself well, like she said,
Yes.
or really start to share with others if you feel like someone's come to mind around this. But the big word we love to say here as we finish our slide is the word hope. We have been in the people world, working with people for 25 years. We've lived in a few different parts of the world. We have never been surrounded by so many good news stories ever in our
That's
life
right.
like this.
We wake up to
around
them
people.
every day.
So if someone's come to mind as you watch this video or see it later, just do not hesitate to say again, I might have a solution. I can't make a promise because your body's innate and will do unique things, but really think about partnering with us to get this word out. And to you, Indiana, we are just honored to partner with you and your gorgeous mum, Kelly, and to have met you and to build with you there in the northern suburbs, but really around the world where all your relationships
Absolutely.
are. And we just say congratulations for your launch. And if you can just wrap it up by telling people, especially who watch this later, how they can get a hold of you.
Oh, of course. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I mean, for us, again, it's about Amanda and I, we're kind of here. We want to help people build those teams. We want to help people build their teams, and so on and so forth. That's what we're here to do. We're working with you guys, and you've created such an incredible space for us to be able to do that. Ball's rolling, the momentum's going, and it's really, really exciting. I think the biggest thing is like it's a lot easier than kind of how it feels at first, because it's kind of that cowboy country of like, whoa, like that's all a lot. It's crazy. But that's what we're all here to do, and work together, to create that, even more of a community, that space for if you're healthy, you're wealthy, and you're educated, we're not relying on anyone. We got each other. We're all in it together. And yeah, it's really exciting. So for anyone who wants to learn about, whatever it is, building a team, what we're doing, our strategies and things like that, however, phone, call, email, Instagram, whatever, we're kind of all over it.
You are.
Definitely.
And to gravity, Amanda and I are going to do like, open days and open nights once a week kind of thing. So, yeah, reach out and we'll connect.
Great. And what I love about this is it becomes a community as well. And so what we just always say is just start patching, get patched and start patching, and the rest just flows. And that's what you guys did. And look what you're doing and how many people you're helping. And so we're excited to partner with you. So thank you for having us.
Thank you. Excited.